Hi, I want to tell you what happened to me when I just wanted a change of scenery for a couple of days. My name is Ray. After a hard week's work, as usual I decided to go out of town. I have my own cabin in the woods. I picked up some groceries, threw them in the trunk and hit the road. I arrived in the evening, got tired on the road and immediately went to bed. I fell asleep quickly and soundly. I was awakened by the noise of the car alarm. Well, I thought, maybe, any animal had run. I looked out the window, made sure there were no thieves, and knocked out this awful noise. I lay down again and just started to fall asleep, as the alarm started working again. I did not get up, I pressed the button, and all was quiet. But after 5 minutes, the alarm went off again. All right, once. All right, twice. But more than that. You start thinking about bad things. A little freaked out, I did get up, turned it off again, but didn't lie down, and started watching through the curtain to see who decided to play around like that in the middle of the night. I was watching. And then I saw, beyond the light of the lantern, someone's shadow began to appear in the bushes. And the shadow was approaching the car, revealing its outlines. Something skinny, in a black cloak with a hood, about 2 meters tall, with long thin arms slowly approached the car, tapped the wheel and went back into the bushes. At that moment I realized it was time to start being scared. Shaking with fear, I turned off the alarm and continued watching. Something came out of the bushes, approached the gate, threw its arm over it, and removed the partition that held the gate doors closed. The thing was heading for the front door. Fear gripped me. Who was it? What did it want from me? Why wouldn't it leave? I could not move. Goosebumps ran from my head to my heels and back again, sending a large shiver through my body. My mouth went dry, and my thoughts panically began to paint horrible pictures. Clenching my teeth and clenching my hands into fists, I came to my senses and with all possible speed ran up the stairs to the first floor, and only my hand reached to press the switch to find something with which to defend myself from the guest. I froze. I froze, because it was looking out the window. With its hands pressed against the glass, it was looking to see if anyone was home. That's when I knew. This whole car thing was to lure the victim out. Why? I didn't want to know, and I don't want to know. But a fact is a fact. It's here, and it's looking for me. His breath made the window begin to fog up. And I was glad of that, because I couldn't take my eyes off his face. Ash-colored skin, covered in wrinkles. Deep, little black beady-looking eyes. Instead of a nose, there were 2 holes. Her breathing was so heavy and hoarse that I had a lung cramp myself. There were no lips, just 2 rows of sharp yellow teeth. I couldn't be seen, for I was in the back of the house. But it wasn't just going to leave, either. It stood at the window and went to the door. A knock. There was another. In the crevice under the door, I saw it trying to poke its fingers under the door. The knob began to jerk frantically up and down. And the sounds. It didn't sound like a human voice. It was an animal growl. You know, when you start to take a bone from a dog and he growls in anger. Something similar to that sound, only angrier and more detailed, was coming from that creature. I knew that if it heard me, it would not leave me alone and find a way into the house. So I just lay down on the stairs and waited for it to end. Tears involuntarily streamed down my face, no matter how much I held them back. My temples began to tingle, so much so that it felt like my soul was shaking. I passed out. I woke up and looked at the door. The door was still there. I had never been so happy. Rising from the stairs, I looked out the window. It was already daylight, and the sun was quite high in the sky. Without thinking too much, I went upstairs, took the keys, and without packing went to the car. When I crossed the threshold, I saw his footprints on the ground. Proof that I was not crazy. The broken handle, the scratches on the door, and the planks from the gate, which were lying in the middle of the road, also testified to that. I jumped in the car and drove away from the village. On the way, turning on the radio, I heard that the bodies of 2 girls had been found in the area of this village in the morning. The corpses had been mutilated and dumped in the swamp. What a pity, but it did find what it was looking for.
If you liked the story, please subscribe and like. Till tomorrow.